Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's not your first time, if it's your first time, welcome to the channel. My name is Talent Love, and today we are going to be doing a spring look. This look is so pretty. If this doesn't say spring, I don't know what does. You know, you got the yellow sunshine, you got the pink and the orange flowers going on. I mean, not really, that's just what I think of when I see this look. And then you have the green under eyes, which is the grass. So if you want to see how to do this look, stay tuned and keep on watching.
So we're just gonna jump straight into this with a NYX milk pencil. I'm going to make sure this tutorial is as short as possible. So we're gonna put that all over the lids, and then we're going to take a small stippled fluffy brush and we're going to blend that out. The reason we're using white is because we're going to be using colors that are on the brighter end of the spectrum versus if we were using burgundies and dark reds or something like that. We would be able to use just concealer. But yeah, white makes everything pop better. So yeah. Next, we're going to take a fluffy brush from Morphe and we're going to dig into the Zulu palette and use that yellow. And it's also, that palette is by Juvia's Place. And we're just going to go all over the upper eyelid area right before the crease. I will go over all of my brushes in a separate video because I use too many different brushes to name each time I'm doing a tutorial. So yeah. Now we're going to dig into the James Charles palette and use that yellow that's called B. And you can either use the same fluffy brush or a brand new one. It really doesn't matter. We're just going to put this over top of the yellow that we already laid down just to brighten it up some. Because the other yellow is kind of mustard. But when you have darker skin, you got to come down with the darker color first and then lighten it up just to get the pigmentation that you want. And because I didn't get a good clip of me cutting the crease on my first eye, I had to do some switching around of the footage. But basically, I'm using a flat Morphe brush to cut the crease on my eye. And I'm also using the same jumbo NYX pencil in milk. So basically the whitest one. And I'm going to put that all over my lid after I cut the crease. And then I am going to just kind of take my finger to blend it out because I don't know, I love blending with my finger the most when it can happen. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to use a brush, but when I can get away with using my finger, I like it because the body heat melts the product faster. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So on the outer part of the eyelid, we're going to go in with the orange color Rusted. And for some reason, I don't have it on camera, but right on top of it, we're going to do what we did with the yellows. And we're going to go back in with the only red that's in the James Charles palette called You're Kidding. And we're going to deepen out that orange. Next, we're going to take the pink out of the Zulu palette and we're going to just pat that onto the middle part of the cut crease. So this is only going to be in the middle part of the lid, not on the inner corner. We're going to put a different color on that, but we're going to just pat with a blending brush until you get the amount of color on it that you desire. And pretty much like as you're going along, it's going to be blending itself out. You don't really have to do too much blending on this part, which is the really good thing about it all. After patting all that on, we're going to go in with the hot pink color in the James Charles palette called Skip. And we're going to put that over top of the Juvia's Place pink and layer it just like we did the yellow and just like we did the orange. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to be going back in, but only this time I'm only going to be using B out of the James Charles palette, and that's the neon yellow that we used at first. I'm using an eyeshadow brush this time instead of a blending one because I just wanted a brush that's more dense, so that way I could pack that yellow eyeshadow on in there, and I just didn't want to miss a beat. And lastly, on the upper part of the eyes, we're going to take the matte latte color Punch Me, and we're going to put that all under our brow bone. And I think that's perfect for our brown skin when it's like a tan that goes right under the brow bone instead of like a white, especially with this look, because I didn't want it to go from yellow to white. I just wanted to flow nicely into like a tan color. So now we're going to leave the eyes alone for a bit, and I'm going in with my True Match foundation in the color C9, and I'm just taking my clean wet beauty blender and I'm just dabbing that onto my face, and I'm not putting that much of the foundation around the under eye part of my face, and I'm not doing too much on the middle of my forehead because those are the places that I'm going to add concealer afterward. So, you know, just to stop the cakey look from happening, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like cake face, but you know, this time I want it to be like a light spring look. So I'm just doing like a light layer of makeup first, or foundation first, and then I'm going back in to get like any dark spots that are shining through. Next, I'm going to be going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toast, and I'm going to be applying that under my bags. I'm going to be highlighting my nose with it, my forehead, over my lips, and then under my lips as well. I apologize for the bad framing here, but honestly, I'm just taking 2 setting powders and mixing them together and, you know, setting down my nose. I already did under my eyelids, doing my forehead and my chin. So now we're just going to use the Nicka Tutorials palette, the black and brown out of there. This is the OG palette from Too Faced. I don't think they sell it anymore. But basically you would just pick up your contour color and I mix those two. I mix Makeup and Chill, which is the brown, and I mix Wanted, which is the black, together. And I go ahead and chisel out my cheeks, and I chisel out around my forehead and under my chin. And don't worry, I know that it looks a little ashy-ish at first, but I fix it with the brown setting powder that I use at the end. So don't worry, it's just makeup. It'll all come together. Next, you want to go in with the Sacha Buttercup or whatever type of, I don't know, like a yellow tone face powder that you have. or can find, because Sacha Buttercup, I got that off of Amazon. No, I got it from the website. I got them from the website, but it was hard to find for the longest time because you can't get it in stores. But anyway, I'm taking my beauty blender and I'm just I'm highlighting under my contour to chisel out my contour. And yeah, I'm gonna let that bake a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with a brown powder that's the color of my skin, just to blend everything together. I'm also going to go back in with Makeup and Chill only and contour my nose. That's the brown from the Nikki Tutorials palette, because I don't want my nose contour that harsh. And then I am going to highlight a little bit of my nose again with the Sacha Buttercup. So before I came back on camera, I popped a little bit of the lime green and the dark green from the James Charles palette under my eyes, because the lime green just didn't look good alone to me, not for this look because the colors are so bright. So I used Social Blade, and then I went over it with Daddy. And the type of brush that I use is like a really stiff, like angled brush, because it's the only one that could get me the look that I wanted to. And right now I'm just doing my wing liner on camera, which is literally a first for me, I believe. I don't think I've ever done a tutorial with a wing liner. But yeah, let me know if y'all want a wing liner tutorial, because I could do that for y'all. Like, my wing liner was trash until I started watching tutorials. It was just so hard for me to get all on my own. So next I'm putting on my lip plumper, and then I am adding my lip liner. Well, it's really eyeliner, but it's the eyeliner that I used on my brows. And I like to do the same color on my lips as my brows because it ties the look in together. But anyway, it's in the color dark brown, and I am lining my lips with that, and I am using the NYX Butter Gloss. I cannot talk tonight. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Cupcake, and I just feel like it's the perfect pink for the pink that's on the middle of my lids. So I went ahead and popped on my mink lashes and threw on some mascara on my bottom lashes. You can use any set of minks you like. And then also I used just some random highlight from my Carly Bible palette. And it was the darkest one and the one next to the darkest one. And that was it. We are done.
Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. If you want to see more looks like this, or you have any ideas on what you want to see next as far as makeup looks goes, feel free to like and comment below. If you like this video, please share it so we could get more family. Our family is definitely growing day by day. And yeah, I do know that you guys did want a eyebrow tutorial, so I will do that. So that will be coming soon. But I think next that I'm going to mix it up and drop a vlog for you guys, because I got a pretty lit vlog filmed with a lot of popping YouTubers that I know you guys want to see. And if you haven't heard of them, then you'll get introduced to something new. So yeah, until next time, be fresh and stay fierce.